What is life? No, seriously, what is it? What is this thing that makes our planet so unique? It came out of nowhere 4 billion years ago and has been around ever since. It's everywhere we look. From the sky, the trees, the ground. There's even life so small we don't even see it. But it's there, around us. We are life. At first it was really just microbes and cyanobacteria, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, not today. I've been fascinated by living things for as long as I can remember, but I didn't really become obsessed until I was around 5 or 6 years old. I remember going to the Bronx Zoo with my aunt and uncle, and when we were in the tiger exhibit, there were these fake rocks right next to the glass everyone loved to climb on. I remember scrambling to get to the top before my siblings, and then turning around to show my aunt that I was the fastest. I watched as the whole crowd gasped and took 5 steps back, and when I turned around, I was face to face with a tiger. It was staring at me through the glass, just watching me. Then some other kids started tapping the glass, and the moment is over. From that moment on, I wanted to know everything about animals that walk the earth with me. I was determined to learn everything about them, so over the years I've amassed a large knowledge of the animal kingdom, and today I'm going to share some. Our world is filled with so many animals and different ecosystems, it can be hard to choose what to talk about, but I'm going to start with something small-ish. Coral. It's one of the older complex life forms on our planet. They've been around for over 500 million years and have survived multiple mass extinctions, like the dinosaurs, for example. It's a common misconception that coral are plants or very colorful rocks, but no, they're animals, just like you and me. These creatures build homes for thousands and thousands of species, and as our world's oceans become warmer and warmer, corals and all the animals that call them home are facing the threat of extinction. Not only threatens tropical creatures, it threatens those that live in some of the coldest places on Earth as well. Polar bears and countless species of seals rely on the sea ice there, and it is melting at an alarming rate. As the ice disappears, will these animals disappear with it? Sea turtles spend most of their lives in the open seas. Almost all the world's sea turtle species are labeled as endangered. Other than climate change, their biggest threats are pollution, fishing nets, and egg poachers. Despite all this, sea turtles will possibly migrate thousands of miles to reach the beach they were born on. Once there, they make a nest and lay hundreds of eggs. In a few weeks, the hatchlings emerge. Sea turtles do not care for their young or protect them. During this time, the beaches are filled with predators, and only a small percentage of the hatchlings will make it to the ocean. Even fewer will make it to adulthood. Not all reptiles are left to fend for themselves. Crocodiles, alligators, and caimans are surprisingly good moms. They protect their nests until the babies hatch, and many species continue to care for them until they're big enough to fend for themselves. But every predator needs to eat. This Nile crocodile often waits for prey to come to her instead of chasing it down. She will sit in the water for thirsty prey. From the perspective of the animals, the crocodile looks just like a log. They do not notice as she crawls closer and closer. But the crocodile moves too early and the prey escapes. This was not her only chance, though, because everyone needs to drink at some point. There will always be next time. Prey animals have evolved many different ways of evading predators, like zebras, who use their stripes to not be singled out in a herd. And elephants use their sheer size to evade predators. It takes up to 30 lions to take down one elephant. And then there's strength in numbers. Normally someone would use wildebeest for this, but I only have horses. The biggest advantage of living in a large group is that someone is always watching, meaning an animal that's on its own is less likely to survive than one in a group. Animals that live in big groups are often very social, meaning they care for one another. It's a common misconception that baby horses are ponies. No, they're not. They're foals. A pony is just a smaller horse, literally. Predators have evolved many ways of catching prey. One of the biggest ones is camouflage. Can you find all the predators? Did you get them all? Here are the correct answers. hunt in prides and have a roar that can be heard up to 5 miles away. Also, female lions are usually the only ones to do the hunting, often accompanied by young cubs, whereas the males kind of just sit around all day. Leopards are solitary and often confused with jaguars. They prefer to ambush their prey rather than chase it down. Then they drag their kill into the treetops so nothing else can get to it. Tigers are ambush predators. They will only attack their prey if they're very sure they aren't looking, which is why some people in some countries have been wearing masks on the backs of their heads so that they don't get attacked by tigers. Tigers are the biggest big cats. Also, no two tigers have the same stripes. Cheetahs are the world's fastest land mammals, able to run at speeds of over 70 miles an hour. They use this speed to chase down their prey. Cheetahs are the only big cats that can't roar, as well as the only ones not to have retractable claws. Jaguars are the only big cat to live in the Americas. They are excellent swimmers, and their preferred prey tend to be caimans and capybara. They prefer to use stealth and their bone-crushing jaws to make a kill. Over the expanse of human history, we've domesticated a lot of critters, and there's some things you might not actually know about them. Like, for example, two goats from two different countries have different accents. And cows, more than anything, love head rubs. They're known to tackle people trying to get them. And your average dairy cow produces 7 to 8 gallons of milk every single day. It's a common myth that the color red makes bulls go crazy. In actuality, it's not the color at all. They can't see red. It's actually the motion of the cloth that makes them go nuts. In fact, the cloth can be any color, whether it be pink, blue, or even plaid. They don't care. They're gonna go after it no matter what. While most people know llamas and alpacas for spitting on people and their super fluffy soft wool, they don't know that their closest relative is the camel. It is physically impossible for a pig to look straight up. This means that Wilbur in Charlotte's Web was never actually able to see Charlotte. It is common belief that humans domesticated dogs over 15,000 years ago. These days, they're used for herding, guarding, and all sorts of tasks, with hundreds of different breeds. It is thought that the ancestor of today's dogs are wolves that we domesticated over time. With over 340 known breeds today, dogs come in many different shapes and sizes. In fact, if humans came in the same size ranges as dogs, we'd range from 2 feet tall to 18 feet tall. As humans take over our Earth one step at a time, more species are going extinct now than ever before. One just has to wonder, in the end, is it just going to be us? Or will we even be responsible for our own extinction?